Hello everyone, welcome to this video on Portion Tracker. Today this video would be basically for the Anganwadi Supervisors, and this video would be regarding the filling up of the AWC Infra form. So we will talk about how to fill up the details of the Anganwadi AWC Infra form and what all options are available there and how to fill up them and how to fill this form correctly. Uh, let's start. So, first of all, you need to log in. The supervisors need to log in with the sector level login in the dashboard with their login and password. The login being the email and the password. And then after logging in, you have to go to this master list. In the master list, you have to go to the AWC Infra. If you click on AWC Infra, this filter details will show up. The state, district, project, and sector will already been filled up, and you have to select the Anganwadi center. The list of the Anganwadi centers will open in this in this filter. So from the filters, you have to select the appropriate Anganwadi centers. You have to fill all this. You have to fill the details of all the Anganwadi centers one by one. So first of all, let us select one Anganwadi center and click on search. After we click on search, we'll check. We'll get three segments. Three segments: basic information, building facility, and building repair. So under building information, we'll get certain questions. So basically, first of all, let me make it very clear that all the fields are mandatory. You have to fill up all the fields, irrespective of what is the answers, what are the means response, but you have to fill out the all the responses, all the questions. So first is the building ownership. Okay, so let us see the building ownership. So building ownership, it has the three options called own, rented, and other government building. Own means if the Anganwadi centers is government owned or the department owned. Department owned buildings would be marked as own building. The next is rented. If the Anganwadi centers is in a rented place or in a rented house, so you have to mark it as rented. The next others you have to mark as other government building. So if you click on the other government building, there are certain options. You have to fill up whether it is a co-located with school, whether the Anganwadi center is co-located with school, if it is run in a panchayat building, whether it is running in a community building or any other government owned building. Okay, we have to fill the information within this option. So whichever is applicable, you please select it and fill this information. Next, it is the Anganwadi center on the ground floor? So is the Anganwadi centers on the ground floor of the building, or if the structure of the Anganwadi center is multiple storied building, then you have to specifically mark whether it is in the ground floor or not. If it is only a single story building, it is obviously by default it is a ground floor building. It is in the ground floor, so you have to mark at yes. Or else if it is in the first floor or in the second floor or whatever, so you have to mark as no. Okay, so whatever is appropriate, you please mark. You have to mark it as. So I mark here as yes. So next we go to the type of building. So whether the building is pakka or semi-pakka. So you have to mark this. So there may be different cases whether some of the Anganwadi centers may be the structure may be pakka structure or it may be a semi-pakka. So you have to mark accordingly. The next is the permanent electricity connection. So whether the Anganwadi center is having a permanent electricity connection. If yes, then you have to mark as yes, or if it is no, then you have to mark as no. If you have marked as yes, then you have to mark is the electricity bill being paid. If the electricity bill is being paid, you have to mark as yes, or else you have to mark as no. Next, you have to mark who is paying the electricity bill. If the electricity bill is you mark as yes, that bill is being paid. Then you have to mark who is paying the bill. So you have to mark who is paying the bill. So maybe panchayat or the urban local body or any other organization or individual, whatever is applicable, whichever is applicable, you have to mark it accordingly. So next is the solar powered electric connection. If we have the solar powered electric connection in the Anganwadi center, then you have to mark as yes or else no. So next is the fan. So if there is fan, then you have to mark as yes. If there is light, you have to mark as yes, otherwise no. If internet connectivity is available, you have to mark as yes, otherwise no. For audiovisual aid, if there is LED or projector, LED TV or projector, then you have to mark as yes. If both are not available, then you have to mark as no. If the LED is available, you have to mark on the LED TV, and if projector is available, you have to mark as LED projector. Next is bala painting done. If bala painting is done in the inside of the structure of the wall of the Anganwadi center, then you have to mark as yes. Otherwise, you have to mark as no. Okay. The next is the pipe water connection available in Anganwadi center. So if pipe water is basically, this is, it means the source of water, the water that is being used in the Anganwadi center. So is pipe water available? If yes, then you have to mark as yes, otherwise no. If there is no pipe water available, then how far is the water source? So we have now just marked that there is no pipe water available. So there, the source we need to mark. So how far is the source from the Anganwadi centers? If it is within 100 meters, then you have to mark as up to 100 meters. Then if it is between 100 to 250 meters, then you have to mark between 100 or 100 to 250 meter. And if it is more than 250, then you have to mark in mark as more than 250. Now, what is the source of water? So we have just told that we do not have any pipe water in the Anganwadi center. So if there is no pipe water, so what is the source of water? If it is well, then we'll mark as well. If it is hand pump, you mark as hand pump. If it is pipe water in another building or structure, you have to mark as pipe water in another building or structure. That is, if it is water is being fetched from, the water source from the nearby building, maybe school or any other household or so, then you have to mark as pipe water structure. Otherwise, there is another option called water tanker. Okay. So any whatever is available, you can mark as. Next is drinking water. So if drinking water is available, you have to mark as yes. There is another question, is water filtered? If drinking water is available, whether the drinking water is filtered or not. If it is filtered, you have to mark as yes or else no. If you mark as yes, there is 3 options will, show up. What type of filter it is. So you have to mark as whether it is earthen pot, whether the water is filtered by the earthen pot or RO or water filter. So here I mark as water filter. Next is functional toilet. Okay. So if the toilet is functional, if the toilet facility is available and is functional, then only you have to mark as yes. Otherwise, you have to mark as no. If you mark as yes, it will ask what is the type of the toilet. It is Indian or Western. So you have to mark accordingly. Next is the accessibility of the toilet. Whether the toilet can be accessed by the disabled child, that is a Divyang, whether it is Divyang friendly, then you have to mark as, click on it, or if it is child friendly, or if you click on none, then both of them will become unselected. So what is the accessibility? Is it Divyang friendly or child? You can choose multiple options being both Divyang and child friendly, or you can select any one of the option or none. So whichever is applicable, you will select. Next is how is water supplied to the toilet? That means how is the water supply to the toilet? Whether it is bucket, whether water is taken in a bucket or pipe connection. We'll just select it. Then next we have the hand wash platform, or whether soap is available or not. You have to just simply mark as yes or no. This is related to the wash. Actually, this to questions are related to the was. Next is weighing scale for mother and child. So weighing scale for mother and child. So first question is yes or no, means whether weighing scale is available or not. If it is not at all available, then you have to mark as no. Otherwise, if it is if at least it is available, then you have to mark as yes. Okay. So if you mark as yes, then it will again ask whether the weighing scale is functional or not. Weighing scale for mother and child is functional or not. Then we have to mark as yes if it is functional, or if it is not functional, then we have to mark as no. If we click on no, then it will again ask us that since when the weighing scale is non-functional. If it is less than 3 months, then you will click on less than 3 months. If it is non-functional for more than 3 months, then you have to click on more than 3 months. Okay. So similarly, the same pattern is followed by the subsequent 3 questions. That one is the weighing scale for infant. Same thing. If you mark as no, less than 3 months or more than 3 months. Then you have the infantometer. If you click on yes, if it is available, you will mark as available. If it is functional, you will mark as yes. Or if it is non-functional, you can the same thing that we saw in the mother and child weighing machine. The stadiometer is also the same. It's also the same options are available there. So you will mark whichever is appropriate. Now there is a question called display board available. So Anganwadi center is supposed to have a display board where the name of the Anganwadi worker, helper, again, and the contact number, the helpline numbers, or the service available. So whatever is displayed in the board, if any one of these informations are there in the display board, you will you will mark as yes, the display board available as yes, and mark whichever information is available. If it is not available, then if any of these are not available, then you will mark as no. Services available means the THR, HCM, and whatever services of the Anganwadi services that are available, that are being provided in the Anganwadi center, that is what are the services available. Okay, so whatever is applicable, you will mark it. The next question is, okay, again, this is what is multiple select. You can select all of the 3 or again or any one. Next is the AWC Divyang friendly. If the Anganwadi center has this facilities like railing, ramp for the disabled or other specially able children. So you can see this is also a multiple select. You can select one or all of them or none. If whatever is, if there is a ramp or railing, so you will select accordingly. Next, after completing all the questions, see all the questions are mandatory, and then only this save draft and proceed option will appear. So after finishing all of that, we have to click on save draft so that this draft is saved, and we'll move on to the next section automatically. So if we click on this basic information again, we'll see that all the informations are filled up and they are saved and as draft. Next, we'll fill this building facility tab. So here there is an option called boundary wall, whether boundary wall is available or not. If it is yes, you will mark as yes, or no. If it is no, you will mark as. If we click on yes, then it will again ask whether playground is available or not. If playground is available, we will mark as yes. Otherwise, we will mark as no. Next, if this play equipments are available like slides, swings, seesaw, etc. So if these are available, then we'll mark as yes. Otherwise, we'll mark as no. Okay. Next question is regarding Poshan Vatika. If Poshan Vatika is available or not, you will just write if yes. If it is available, you will mark as yes. Otherwise, you will mark as no. If you mark as yes, then it will ask whether the Poshan Vatika is within the campus of the Anganwadi center or it is located anywhere near the Anganwadi center. So whichever is applicable, you will mark it. If it is in the Anganwadi center, you will mark it. Or if it is near Anganwadi center, then again it will ask how far the portion Batika is from the Anganwadi center. Within 500 meters, between 500 to 1 kilometers, 1 to 2 kilometers, or more than 2 kilometers. Again, if I click on near Anganwadi, it will show this option. So you will select the appropriate option and then proceed. So in the next question, it is asked whether the fruits and whether the vegetables and fruits that are produced in the portion Vatika, whether they are utilized in the HCM. The portion Vatika we have marked as yes, and we have marked that it is situated near or in the campus. Now whether the fruits and vegetables that are produced are used in the HCM or not, we'll mark it as yes or no according. If backyard poultry is available in the portion Vatika, will mark as yes, otherwise no. Then if backyard fishery, if in some portion Vatika, if backyard fishery is available, then you will mark as yes, otherwise no. Okay. If rainwater harvesting is there, it is yes or no. These are simple questions and these are self-explanatory. So you can understand by the question itself. If rainwater harvesting system is there, yes, otherwise no. Next is the functional kitchen. If the kitchen is functional and it is usable in the Anganwadi center, if it is being used, then you will mark as yes, otherwise you will mark as no. Okay. If you mark as yes, then it will again ask for certain questions like what type of cooking is done. It is if the cooking is in using wooden fire or kerosene stove or gas stove or electric stove. So we'll mark accordingly. Next is the storeroom. If the storeroom was available, if marked as yes, otherwise no. If preschool kit is available, then yes, otherwise no. First aid kit is there, and first aid kit if it is available, then you mark as yes, otherwise no. And similarly in ECC material, if ECC material is available, you will mark as yes, otherwise you will mark as no. So these are simple questions. Now again, since we have marked all the questions here, we'll click on save draft and proceed. See, it has been highlighted, save draft and proceed. We'll click on it and we'll move to the third section, that is building repair. Now, if you click on building facility, all the information that we have filled, are saved. Now, if we click on the building repair, now we'll see certain questions regarding the repair. If civil repair are required, here also all the questions are mandatory. If civil repair is required, that means if any kind of repair regarding any civil construction is required, then we'll mark as yes, otherwise no. Now, if you mark as yes, we have to write in 250 characters. You have to describe what type of repair is required within 250 characters. Remember, it is not 250 words. It is 250 characters. That means, suppose if we write a letter, that is also one character. We write a comma, that is a character. We write a space, that will be considered a character. So we have to write what type of repair is required by clicking on yes and or no. If we click, suppose Z is a character, space is a character, comma is a character. Okay. So likewise, you will write whatever is required. So suppose I write that repair required. So simply or whatever you deem to be fit. So you have to write it down. And similarly, that should be within 20 to 50 characters. So similarly, in case of all the other questions, it is the same pattern. Where you have to, if you click on yes, you have to describe. Otherwise, you have to click on no. Suppose in this, if this electric repair, if any kind of repair relating the electric repair required regarding this electricity, then you have to click on yes, otherwise no. Any kind of repair required regarding painting, then you have to click on yes, otherwise no. If you click on yes again, you have to describe, describe something. Otherwise, you have to click on no. If any repair required regarding drinking water connection repair required, if it is required, then you have to click on yes. Otherwise, no. Here also, suppose the tape is not functional, or the drinking water is leaking, water is not coming. So certain anything you can write which will best describe the requirement. Next is the total toilet related repair. If any toilet related repair is required, then you will write. Suppose for here I write toilet, toilet not functional, or right. I have written anything, whatever is coming to my mind right now, but you can write specifically whatever is required in details. Okay. So after we fill up all these options, then we'll click on submit. That is, this is the final submit. Previously, we had click on save as draft. Now we have to click on submit. Now, if we click on submit, it will ask once save, it will be locked for this quarter and will only be editable in the next quarter. Are you sure you want to proceed? So you have to make sure that if you click on proceed, this form will be locked for this quarter for you. In the next quarter, in the next 3 months only, you will be able to edit. Okay. You will be able to edit these options. Otherwise, till then, it will be locked for this quarter. So you can click on no and then verify your options, or you can click on proceed. Okay. So if we click on proceed, this form will be safe. Otherwise, you can, if you want any kind of modify any information that you have filled, you can click on no and then modify it. You can go to the previous section and modify as well. Or else you can simply go to this last section and click on submit again and click on proceed. So sometimes this option may come, sometimes the success message will come, sometimes it will come that the update infrastructure details is currently being in progress. Please wait for some time. So this will be updated eventually, or the success message will come instantly. So don't worry. Once you have submitted, this form will get submitted, and here you can see the last updated on 25th or 26th, whatever date is you have submitted. The next update can be done after 3 months. Okay, in the next quarter you will be able to edit again. So this is the complete process of the filling up the Anganwadi centers. You can again go and check whatever information you filled. Okay, so you can check, but the options will be locked. So now we have to continue the same process for all the other centers in your sector. So this is the process. Hope I am able to make it clear. If you have further doubt, you may consider asking us through proper chat. Thank you.